Hello, and welcome to Huawei Tech Talk. I'm your host, Sam. So today we're going to be looking at how does HMS transform the e-commerce experience? Well, today, e-commerce covers each and every industry. And as we enter the digital era, thanks to the maturity of machine learning, AR, and big data technologies, the current e-commerce business model is being reconstructed and upgraded. And as more data is being consumed than ever, precise and scenario-based digital services that focus on experience will breathe new life into the entire e-commerce and real economy. Big data, AI, and the Internet of Everything will reshape retail. As we ride the digital wave, how can enterprises truly connect with consumers? Well, as a consumer, are you still worried that items won't be as good as they appear in the shop and having to frequently return them? Are you still hesitant because you can't try them? Or are you bored from just looking at the images when shopping online? Have you ever thought about using AR technology to redefine the e-commerce shopping experience and let consumers truly shop online? You might think, this sounds great, but is it easy to implement? And what about the consumer experience? Well, today we've invited experts in HUAWEI AR Engine and machine learning products to exchange ideas on e-commerce innovation in the vertical field. First, let's watch a lecture by Zhou Wenjin, AR product executive of Huawei handset product line.
Hello, welcome to Europe Tech Talk. Let's discuss how AR technology help improve e-shopping experience. I'm Wenjin, and I'm from Huawei CBG handset product line. I'm product manager of the AR. I worked for Intel and Qualcomm before joining Huawei. We can talk what is AR, its feature, and its business value. Let's begin with AR engine basics. We have very clear vision of the AR. AR is digitization, frequent used things around people, and then post these digital things to a physical world seamlessly and literally. We have leading capability of motion tracking, body tracking, and face tracking, which is a key part of our solution, and we develop a lot of ecosystem partners on various scenarios. We have a lot of advantage. Huawei AR Engine is much more stable and accurate than most competitors in the world, and we already support most of Huawei handset and tablet. That means over a few hundreds millions of mobile devices. Eventually, we will put it as base of AR glass. With deep understanding and extensive interaction with the developer and partners, we're designed for most developers. AR Engine as middleware, and we develop some AR applications for Huawei consumers and ecosystem partners are easy to integrate AR Engine. Just a few lines of code and pretty easy to offload efforts of porting from any other AR platforms if you want. Let's have a quick brief of AR Engine's feature set. Huawei AR Engine provides out-of-world SLAM capability. Some partners integrate SLAM capability for wonderful innovation experience. Jingdong put the virtual and interactive refrigerator to physical planes in their first demo. And then is the multiple players in one virtual space, which close tied to physical ground. We provide full skeleton recognition and tracking capability, which is the first no power release in the world. Huawei AR Engine provides full face AR capability, which have more expression-based and better mask capability than any face solution in the world. We can talk more about its value and the case in the last few years we are working. We identify Huawei AR Engine is kind of geometry intelligence and provide accurate AR measurement, which you can put as a good alternative of rulers, and is more flexible. Huawei AR Engine is more people-centric design and it surely can improve users' interaction more naturally. A few interesting games are based on this leading capability. Huawei AR Engine also improves shopping experience for its leading capability. Virtual furniture and most stuffs can be easily posted users' living room with AR technology. A good case is from one top e-commerce player. They used HUAWEI AR Engine, launched its AR solutions, and every HUAWEI user can easily put a few goods in wishlist into a physical world to try. Some 3 products, makeup products, and clothes are in high priority. The business value is significant. More DAU, longer, staying time on the page, better ordering ratio, and a few international e-commerce players are working with HUAWEI straightaway for more AR-related innovations for better business return. Thanks for your time, and I appreciate for any feedback and collaboration. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Wen-Jin, for that really inspiring lecture on AR. So we've invited some guests to discuss together with our lecturer the topic of AR. And first, I'd like to introduce Elena Corchero, who is an award-winning entrepreneur, emerging technologies consultant, and meaningful innovation speaker with over 15 years of experience in making future tangible today. She's a former MIT Media Lab researcher and Central St. Martin's Design Masters alumni. And our other guests are Jose Faria and Sergio Suarez, who are Android developers from Farfetch. So Farfetch is an online luxury fashion retail platform that sells products from over 700 boutiques and brands from all around the world. They claim to deliver a truly unique shopping experience and access to the most extensive selection of luxury on a single platform. Okay, now first, I would like to invite Elena Corchero to share her views. So hi, Elena.
Hello, Sam.
Hi.
Thanks for the kind intro, and HUAWEI, obviously, for inviting me today to be here with you all.
Thank you for joining us. So to kick things off, I actually have a question. So as an expert in the field and also a female consumer, could you tell us a bit more about your clients' challenges and also your personal perspective as an early adopter?
Okay, well, thanks. I think I'll start by my personal experience. As you say, as an early adopter of these technologies, actually, after COVID-19, consumers' tech literacy, and most importantly, the confidence they have in adapting to new tech has exploded, leaving a smaller gap, actually, between early adopters and actual mass market adoption. To be honest, is the confidence on adopting new tech the big changer now, not just the literacy. Also, many new software required, for example, for developing AR, does not even need a lot of coding knowledge. And this really is going to help empower small businesses and even consumers to develop and co-create the use cases they actually truly need. Something important as well for this kind of consumer engagement with new tech is the role of brands, truly, like what HUAWEI is doing today. The role of brands to educate and spark the imagination of people with examples and what's possible, showing what is possible. There is at the moment a lot of confusion, both with clients and consumer. I noticed a lot of confusion on what AR truly is, when, why, where, and how it can be used. So first, the most obvious and the one you are mainly talking about today is how it can be used through mobile phone and tablets. And this is already in the market, and we already have very good adoption, and the technology is improving, the prices are coming down, and so on. But then the natural human-computer interface evolution from from crouching on your desk, being on a computer, then being on your phone, but also kind of crouching, then being on a tablet, a little bit more lifted up. The natural evolution is going to be the glasses. We know that that's coming around the corner. And actually, it's an improvement in terms of even our health, for posture and so on, but also this face-to-face engagement that sometimes we feel that, that the phone is in the way between human interaction. So then when you start imagining in the future the use of glasses, all of the technology that Huawei is currently developing is extremely key, because it's going to be in all of these devices. But at the same time, there is kind of 3 different options there. So I'll take a few minutes to just explain that, because it's something my peers and also my clients ask me, which is a little bit of an explanation of all the different kind of glasses that we're going to be seeing. So first, you have simple things like notification glasses. These are not full AR. So I use these, and I'm quite happy with them. And it's simply that you have your voice assistant right there next to your ear, but then a little notification, kind of what you will get in a watch. So little notifications. Now these ones, they will go for around 200 or 300 pounds. So the adoption can move quite fast, but it's not AR. So these glasses don't have cameras, they don't have awareness of the surroundings, and they cannot match an image with the background and make it interactive. It's simply a notification, just as in your watch, but you don't need to be looking down or be interrupted. So in that sense, it's quite useful, but we shouldn't call these AR glasses. Then there is 2 layers more, which is right now, VR devices are starting to use, because they need cameras in outside, they're starting to use what is called video pass-through. So with video pass-through, that means that for a lower price and with a better field of view, we might be able to experience kind of an AR. So that is using what the VR glasses can see, that is going inside of the VR glasses, and then it's overlaid with information. And that, yes, that use all of these technologies, because these things need hand tracking and all of the other volumetric understanding of the space. And those might be around 600 pounds. And then we move into proper AR glasses. Once field of view improves, pricing lowers down, battery life improves, and so on. At the moment, those glasses are costing around £3,000. So that's definitely still a barrier for mass consumption. But as a whole, we are definitely moving from mobile phone into the era of glasses, and that's where this technology right now is crucial. For my clients, we find ourselves actually in an interesting inflection point. For example, with AR wayfinding in spaces, using that directly through people's phone, versus the need of installing costly and large information hubs in public spaces. So my clients ask me, when they're starting a new development, they ask me, what should we install as an information center? And it's really that inflection point where you still need those, but very soon, retail spaces, museums, train stations won't need those information hubs with touch screens and so on. Well, actually not touch screens anymore, neither after COVID. Voice assistant, gesture tracking, that's the way to go. So until consumers start using their own devices to adopt AR wayfinding, these spaces still need information points. Considering that using AR in your own devices to help you move around will be much more personal and efficient, and an efficient experience, I really believe that once users get these new habits, switching from having a central hub to using your phone is a no-brainer. But we are kind of in a 2 to 3 year transition for everyone to just start using that kind of service. The same in a store. Those technologies will be used, AR and product recognition, which the Huawei software does very, very well, because actually a lot of product recognition I have seen, it kind of recognizes an image, but as soon as you turn around the object in a different angle, then the product is not recognized. And obviously that's a very frustrating experience, but this is not the case. And that is very important, because then in a store, you will have a shop assistant in your phone. and you can look at the sofa and like an X-ray, see how it's built inside, learn about the materials and craftsmanship, which is also a big trend in products. Color choices, real measurements that fit your home, share this with friends, and all of that before needing the help of a personal in-store assistant. This hugely improves customer satisfaction, personalization, time saving, and a seamless, it creates a seamless experience that can start in your own home before one goes to see the product for real. This is hugely important, the concept of seamless experiences that happen in your phone, wherever you are. What will remain, and I think I finished with this, what will remain though, in physical spaces, or what I advise my clients when they move away from having a central information hub physically, is that they will still be using similar facial recognition, 3D mapping, infographics, and volumetric capture for mirrors, for smart mirrors, for body fitting, and makeup and jewelry and so on, as we have seen in the video earlier. And some of these actually can be found already. For example, Tom Ford makeup in Covent Garden already does this. And it makes now more sense than ever because of the pandemic. We really have to start adopting touchless technologies and being able to try things, and especially makeup, on a mirror in a way that is very accurate, matching our skin tone, matching our shape and our movements for fashion, is hugely relevant now. So I'm just, as a whole, extremely excited for this development, and I really can't wait to hear what the partners have been doing. Thank you, Sam.
Thank you, Elena. It's a really fascinating perception of what is AR and what it should be used for, and in particular, how glasses are really the next step in AR evolution.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, well, I think it's now time to
introduce. Here, Sam.
Yeah,
maybe
sure.
I just initiate more discussion around
Good.
the comments from Elena. Yes, has Jose and Sergio, have you ever thought about any hardware you want to leverage to build more stickiness around your users' shopping experience? No matter you sell the hardware directly or you partner with another kind of a partner who specialize hardware around AR, and to create a unique user experience for your customers.
For this question, that's a good question here. So at the moment, Farfetch is prioritizing augmented reality for mobile phones because it's, as Elena said, it's the device that everybody has. Everybody has a mobile phone, and just by pointing at the fingers, at their feet, they can see that that piece of cloth, that a story in them, and they can try it. But we are still searching for new ways to innovate, like the idea of the mirror that Helen also said. We are trying to do new projects with that type of idea. The glasses, unfortunately, we are still not doing. We are still a little bit so trying to improve on that front. But the other two ideas, it's what we are focusing now. So improve the experience in the mobile phones for the augmented reality and in-store presence too.
Well, I would like to say that at Farfetch, we really focus also on providing new technologies for our partners. It's not just about our apps or the web platform. So yes, actually, we have a team, and a specific team, working on in-store devices because we think that the stores are still relevant to this world. And yes, I totally agree with Elena that right now the world is going to change, and the way we shop is going to change, and we are planning on moving along those lines too.
Okay, so it sounds like our partners are really in line actually with Elena's thinking of where shopping is going with the help of AR. Okay, and can we hand it over to Jose and Sergio to share any more of your thoughts on this?
Yes. So, as I said before, this is a little bit repeating myself, but as me and Sergio said, we are looking at the moment for augmented reality with quality, because as you said, we are a company that is associated with luxury products, so we must give a luxury experience to our users. A problem that appeared here in our tests was something like, yes, glasses are still not in use, so we have to focus on the current technology. So, as I said before, mobile devices. But one thing that we noted is that the technology doesn't evolve as fast as augmented reality. So what I'm trying to say here is that there are some users, some clients that have mobile phones with 4, 5, 6 years of use, and they have a worse camera, they have a worse system, and they can't use the augmented reality to their fullest. So when they point a mobile phone to something, they see 1, 2 frames. It's like a motion picture. So one of the things that I was really curious about the HUAWEI augmented reality system is if there are some performance improvements for these mobile phones, or if there is some metric or something that can be used to evaluate the mobile devices and to see if the quality of the augmented reality will be good enough for our clients. Now, if someone can answer me that.
Can Joe answer this question about the performance?
Well, I can.
Maybe Elena can also answer. Yeah.
Well, I can just say that that it's a super fair question, and it's one of the issues of any emerging technology adoption is that not everybody jumps in it at the same time, and it depends on the devices and the AR software that runs in them. But often when a business really wants to improve their experience, they are providing tablets, for example, in a store that already have that capability. So you won't have this seamless experience from the home to the store, but an option is to have those top range devices in a store for consumers when they arrive, use that while they wait for an actual assistant to help them.
Yeah, actually, I have a quick comment also to Jose. Is this is actually the unique value Huawei can bring to our developers, because Huawei does not only provide the hardware, we also provide now the Huawei mobile service capability. So we aggregate not only the cloud and computing power, but also the device and the computing power, including the we call CPU, MPU, and the calculation capability. And we can expose this capability to our developers through our APIs. For example, the HUAWEI, the AR engine, even the health kit, we all leverage our hardware capability and enable our partner to leverage to.
Because it's creates novelty. So when new technology is working well, the person will be impressed and will think it's a better quality of the service. So for us, it's all winning.
I actually have a question for you too, and it's regarding that in the presentation we saw that a lot of the augmented reality that is now on the market is for example, furniture or objects that are in front of the camera. And one of the big problems that we had in the past, while we were starting to try on with augmented reality, is the performance for motion objects, for example, motion tracking, and the skeleton recognition of the bodies, because people really like to try clothes on in front of a mirror, or for example, sneakers, actually from the hands, just pointing to the foot, to the feet. So how Huawei can, the Huawei solution can help Farfetch or other brands to improve this particular and specific scenario.
You mean the multiple, AR features? You want to combine, a lot of different features together, right?
The
motion
detection.
They are different. Yes.
Yes. In fact, we are working with one local, game player, these days, in the last week we met them, it's kind of a mini world, they have, I think they have more than, I think it's kind of, 80 million, users, active users in China. It's a very big game company. They adopt a lot of different AR technology from us, for example, for scattering, for motion, and then, for the hand gesture, a lot of, AR technology, they put it into one games, we support such kind of, scenarios. Very, very, very complicated games. A lot of AR technology used together in one games, in one applications. We can support that. Back to the Jose's, questions and comments. I think we are working with more than 20 about 20 luxury brand in China, consumer brand in China. Most of them is international luxury brand, including the makeup brand. A lot of I'm not sure I can say it here. We are working with them in this month, and most of this brand as comments by the bar host.
Yeah, maybe also I can add a few comments to Sergio's idea. Is I'm not sure you are aware of the latest Huawei's Mate 30 and the P40 Pro. We have the front sensor in the devices where you can actually remotely scroll down or up of the web page you have. And in our vision in the future, we also want to create some differentiation using the awareness of the environment and also the user's behavior. I'll give you an example what we are currently thinking about, leveraging our awareness kit and also the motion detection. Is if you're driving in a car and you want to control using the voice recognition of the devices by request for a podcast, depends on your eyes staring angle, the motion detection will tell the environment and the situation. And if it does not look at the camera, then the device will respond in a different way compared you look at the device itself. So these are the use cases we are currently building up using our different kits. And so for these artificial intelligence technologies, Huawei does not necessarily build a full stack by ourselves. We may want to partner with our partners, especially the specialists in particular verticals. For example, the voice recognition and the voice understanding. We want to partner with for example, the media specialists using their ASR, their NPU to understand better the user's requirements and their conversations. We can expose the capability to the specialist. For e-commerce, for shoppings, maybe you are the specialist. You know better the gesture for a lady to try their different clothes in front of smart mirrors or the smartphones, and we can expose this capability to you. But you can leverage our motion detection capability. You can also leverage our awareness kit to combine different use cases together. So these probably some partnership and collaboration from technology point of view you can think about.
Okay. Is there anything else? Any other comments or questions anyone would like to add about AR in shopping?
Just one more question.
Yeah,
there's no problem. This is a little bit outside of the expertise of the HUAWEI kit itself, but it's something that we have some problems and far-fetched, and we want to know the opinion of HUAWEI on this front. Is for the company, one of the biggest problems applying augmented reality to our platform is that every cloth and every accessory, we have to digitalize it, so create a 3D model. And this adds some overhead of work for all our models. So everything that goes to the store must have a 3D model. Is HUAWEI working at guidelines to improve this process, or just a tool that could facilitate this work and make it easier for people to use with their technology?
You're talking about the how to build the models, generate the models for your business, right? I think in fact, we have tried to, release the use our phone, use our smartphone. We are trying to release the real-time scanning and the modeling tools. I think 2 years ago, and it's very popular. It's very fascinating. It's very amazing. We are the first real-time 3D modeling tools from smartphone. That's great. But I think this kind of tools if with the RGB camera or some kind of top camera from smartphone, because of the limitation, the refinements have some limitation. This kind of quality cannot be used for luxury, we think, but it can be used for games. As a case, we talked about the mini world. So we are used our tools to generate the toys, in their games, because the games, is kind of blocks, and just in some toys and blocks, and the quality is good enough. But for the luxury goods, we still prefer recommending you to use a commercialized modern tools. But one thing we can share with you, we are trying to standardize, make sure that every partners from vendors, from the e-commerce, we share the same file format, for the similar format, and we can transfer, we can exchange, something like that. And in the last month, we are joining the ETSI, the Europe Standard Organizations, on this topic also. We joined the topic, we proposed our solutions to them, and we are trying to standardize in the Europe, in the Europe scope. Okay. But I can talk more with you. I think you are really need some AR technology. I like your idea. I think you have some you have real needs for the AR.
Okay. So I think maybe that will bring this discussion part to a close. So, Bill Gates once said, we always overestimate the change that will occur in the next 2 years, but we underestimate the change that will occur in the next 10. And don't let yourself be lulled into inaction. Well, with this in mind, let's see what happens when machine learning and online shopping come together. It's now time for our next lecturer, William Zhang, who is Huawei's HDD speaker and senior algorithm engineer in AI. He graduated from Sydney University with a master's degree in CS and is dedicated to AI creativity and user experience. So we now have a lecture from William.
Today it's been my great honor to be here and share with you guys with some of my experience in AI and have a well-rounded introduction of our market. OCR technologies can be used to recognize a wide range of images. MRKit provides developers with following 3 services to do this. First one, bank card recognition. This capability can be used to recognize bank cards in camera streams with an angle of offset of 15 degrees and extract key information, such as the bank card number, and validate the rep period. The second one be general card recognition. A passport, drive licenses, and other cards among the certificates that can be recognized using this. General OCR. If the preceding 2 capabilities are unable to meet user requirement, the general OCR capabilities can be used, which is capable even of the document recognition. With the support of this 3 capability, users can access a wealth of information just by scanning or uploading an image. Barcodes serve unique identifiers, and product transactions often use a barcode. Searching for product by barcode is 100% accurate, which makes it a very good solution. MRKit barcode scanning capabilities supports 13 mainstream barcode formats, and these following features are bolstered by AI algorithms to provide. First one will be very high accurate. extensive tests have revealed that recognition accuracy in excess of 99% is much higher than that of similar capabilities. The second one is very fast scanning. In normal scenarios, scanning and recognition can be complete in 0.05 seconds. The third one, the accurate recognition in complex scenarios, such as those completed by pollution or long-distance transmission. Product visual search. In the event that barcodes are unavailable, users can use an image from their mobile phone or take pictures to search for desired product. Huawei product visual search capabilities makes use of advanced AI algorithms and search capabilities to recognize objects in image with an astronomical accuracy rate in excess of 80%, providing the user with amazing ease and wonderful choices. On the technical side, developers only need to provide images of their product to establish a search library. Next, I will demonstrate the process and capability of product visual search. Now we can aggregate and distribute product of CPs to different platforms through the distribution service. To increase the product exposure, using the product visual search capability as a basis and adjusting for specific requirements of promotion. That's all. Huawei has integrated the preceding capabilities into a rich range of services on Huawei mobile phones, including high vision. And in the future, Huawei will continue to integrate a great range of capabilities to assist developers with product promotion. It's truly wondrous to be able to directly engage with users. One app is capable of understanding that users say. It can provide them with the services as they desire. The ASR capability in MRCAT converts speech to text in real time, facilitating natural user-app interactions. ASR capability demonstration. With the global nature of the digital services, apps often rely on multilingual support staff to communicate with users, help users search for products, and view user comments. Indeed, multilingual capabilities can never be that important in daily life. That's why Huawei MRK supports 19 different languages and come equipped with both on device and on cloud. This enables developers to integrate capabilities in their apps with extraordinary speed. Users can now use translation services whenever and wherever they desire to obtain the developers with content with ease. This provides for streamlined communications and allows for apps to support a large user base. And here's a demonstration for translation. Finally, let's have a brief look at MRKit. As the integrated Huawei service related to machine learning, MRKit aims to equip developers with AI development capabilities and endow apps with next-level intelligence. The services has drawn acclaim from developers since being launched earlier in 2020. Thus far, it encompasses a series of capabilities spanning text, vision, and languages, as well as the facial and body recognition. Developers are able to quickly obtain the relevant information and content to be integrated from the official website. In addition, there are dedicated areas in GitHub and Stack Overflow for a market where you can free to contact us. So if you got any kind of technical issues, don't hesitate to contact us. We are always there.
Thank you, William, for that really thrilling lecture. Really incredible, those capabilities of ML Kit, especially the product visual search and the automatic speech recognition. Okay, it's time now to introduce our next guest, who's Dan Lozano. He's the Senior Operations Specialist from Banggood. Now, Banggood focuses on B2C cross-border export e-commerce and is committed to bringing China's high-quality goods, efficient supply chain, and excellent customer service to the world. Okay, so I'd like to now welcome Dan.
Hello, Sam. Thanks for having us. We appreciate the invitation. Thanks, HUAWEI. So I'm going to briefly introduce our company. So Banggood is one of the largest cross-border e-commerce companies in Southeast China. Our company was founded around 2006, and we initially focused on the US market. However, we later expanded our operations to Europe and other regions of the world. And nowadays, we have over 50 million registered users in across 130 countries, and our website features over 500,000 products distributed across 30 categories. I'm talking about from fashion and RC to all sort of electronics like Arduino and smartphones and so on. Variety of customers, and this sort of global customer base and this amount of products poses a great challenge for our staff. On a daily basis, we get multiple requests from customers all over the world. If, for example, see a certain product either online or offline in their respective countries, and they get in touch with us to pretty much find out whether we actually offer that product on our website. This obviously can create a great amount of load for our staff, as because of our sort of large product selection. It can take a lot of time for our staff to pretty much figure out what product customers are actually requesting. And this also obviously creates not a very fluid shopping experience for customers, and it takes some time for our staff to figure out what products customers are requesting. So to tackle this problem, we have pretty much one of the solutions that we have decided to implement, which is pretty much a part of HUAWEI's machine learning kit, is a so-called visual search function, and we call it here just a smart photo search function. And this function pretty much will allow customers to find any product that they're looking for in a matter of seconds. So let's say a customer is sort of browsing a shopping mall, or they're somewhere, checking at a friend's place some of the equipment that they have right there. They can pretty much use our app and the visual sort of search function, and in a moment find any product that they're looking for. And that obviously it saves a lot of time, and it removes the load from our staff, and also allows us to sort of decrease manpower here at the company. And we have a very short video, if we can overlay right here to show you how it works. Although in the previous video, I guess it was a good demonstration, but let me show you real quick how it works. So as you can see right here, basically you have the app, and you pretty much just click that sort of visual search function, and point it at the product that you would like the app to find. And in a matter of seconds, the app will pretty much scan through our database and find either exactly the product that the customers were trying to find, or similar products that the customers might be interested in. So it's very simple to use. And again, it will definitely make the shopping experience for customers way more fluid. And obviously, we understand as well that shopping trends are changing. We understand that mobile shopping is becoming a dominant sort of force in the e-commerce world, and also that customers live in a world that is sort of a fast world. It's a digital world in which everything is just a click away from customers, and things need to be really happening fast. And implementing this future can be the difference from actually getting or losing customers, because customers want things to happen really fast. They don't want to wait. And that obviously helps us a lot, if we actually have that function implemented in our app. And also we understand that HUAWEI as a company is looking into the future. They are sort of anticipating many of these tendencies before they become a trend. And we are obviously very glad to be able to make use of that technology to improve, the services that we offer to our customers. And again, we are obviously happy to, continue using Huawei's technology to make, our to facilitate sort of our work, and also to create it, like I say, a more sort of seamless and fluid shopping experience from our customers from all over the world. So, yeah.
Okay, fascinating. So it's interesting to see that at Banggood you're already making use of that visual search function of ML Kit and making that shopping experience much better for your customers, and also saving you manpower as well at the same time.
That's right.
Just a quick question for Dan and also for Sergio and Jose is, for this correlation or the image mapping, do you have a big metadata library by yourself? Because these actually are the assets the e-commerce the e-commerce company has, and maybe because you know the objective, you know the product better, especially probably for luxury goods, they have the logo or the brands on the objective. So are you prepared to create these kind of metadata libraries to bring the differentiation or for accuracy, for targeted segmentation for your users?
So I will talk about Farfetch. We at Farfetch, generally, when we receive a product, we have the metadata of that product. So the images, the information, the color. So that type of information we collect it and we have it. In the part of segmentation, of utilizing that data, unfortunately, I'm not inside of that part of the company. I believe they use it and use it for studies and can use that information for many things. But so before, I'm not entirely inside of that part of the company. So sorry, but I can't give you a more interior look at the way the information is used.
Okay, thank you.
And does anyone else have any questions, maybe for Dan or for our lecturer, William? Okay.
I don't know if I can add, but maybe you can cut it off if it's not relevant. But I thought it would be interesting, especially if we're still thinking of how retail spaces have to pivot and reinvent themselves, and how important and relevant machine learning is. I think anything regarding edge computing will be very valuable on how a lot of this power could be actually run locally through edge computing. So I don't know if Huawei wants to comment anything on that.
And does anyone from the Huawei side like to respond to that?
So Emmerkit is the latecomer of AI, near like 1 year of deployment and development. The total number of services up to 16, and we are constantly developing new features and constantly improve the original functions. As you mentioned about the retail things, we have conducted target insights into e-commerce and continuously invest a large amount of manpower to help e-commerce serve industry pain points and improve user experience. So from my perspective, the development trend of e-commerce cannot be separate from the intelligence and globalization. For the intelligent trend, with the rapid development of the software and hardware technology, consumer experience can be improved, and the customer satisfaction and the stickiness can be improved. Only one consumer's immediate requirements are met in time manner. So that's why we launched the 5 services related e-commerce system, like namely scanning barcode, text recognition, product visual search, and translation. So whether it is a simple way for searching for offerings directly affects the traffic of e-commerce. So therefore, we improve user experience from the later 4 weeks past. you can use the voice search function to avoid a complex typing issue. You can quickly find the required good by product visual search, which is already being used in Banggood. As Stan said before, we're gonna with what user gonna do is like take a photo of the merchant and return a bunch of links ranking by similarities. So that will lower the threshold of the development for e-commerce system when they have such requirement. Another thing is about the fast registration. The simpler registration process is, the more users are registered. Therefore, we launched the bank card recognition, general card recognition. During registration, the user previously usually spent like 5 or 10 minutes to get registered. But with our AR capability, now users only need to like seconds. They're gonna do is like to turn on the camera and bind the card, and that's it. It's very attractive to users. The next topic would be like globalization and localization issue. Although the e-commerce services are global, but they have to be implemented locally. Therefore, the localization problem would be a very important thing. How to let foreign buyers quickly select the right product is widely concerned. We can provide the translation function to help with that problem, and we support like several global mainstream language mutual translation things, so that the product can be breathe through the regional restrictions. In addition, our unique distribution channels are connected to entrance of the e-commerce, creating like more traffic entrance and opportunities for the whole e-commerce system around the world. The future vision is that the e-commerce system can quickly purchase global distribution, global services to solve kind of a promotion problem that been widely laid in the e-commerce system. So that's several points that I'm going to share today. So I don't think if this can answer your question.
It's okay, don't worry. It's just an area that it's going to be more and more important for physical spaces, using edge computing to do a lot of the AI and associate that machine learning to local restrictions or needs.
And we're going to promote like 8 services per month. At the end of the month, and at the end of the year, our service would be up to like 60. So we're going to provide a bunch of the AI service for the CPs to choose from. I think that would be very attractive. Yeah.
Did anyone else have anything to add about maybe the use of edge computing here to do with Elena's question? Yeah. Okay, if there's nothing else to add, I think we can move on to the next. Okay. There's an interesting line to go down there. Anything else before we move on to the next section? Okay. So previously, without e-commerce, you have to take a wallet to go offline shopping. Now, with the quick development of online shopping, we still need the wallet, but it's an electronic one. So next, we're going to invite Qin Shudong, who is a senior product expert of HUAWEI Wallet Kit. And he's going to show us how electronic wallet boosts e-commerce application development.
Hello everyone, welcome to HUAWEI Tech Talk. I'm really glad to take this opportunity to make a presentation on HUAWEI Wallet Kit. Before I start the presentation, I'd like to introduce myself. I am Qin Shudong, the product manager of HUAWEI Wallet Kit. And there are 3 main using scenarios of HUAWEI Wallet Kit. The first one is the traveling. I will take Axigo as an example. Axigo is the top travel app in India, which is an intelligent AI-based app with a user base of over 170 million travelers. And their monthly active users is around 30 million. In the meantime, Axigo is one of the fastest growing travel apps in the India market. Their users using Huawei devices have witnessed the rapid growth, resulting in the need for native collaboration to provide a seamless travel experience to all Huawei phone users. After the integration, there are a couple of benefits to both partners and users. To Axigo, we are simplifying the business ticketing for them. No need for the physical tickets, texts, or emails with downloadable PDFs. Everything the customer's needs is saved and managed through Huawei Wallet, and it means everything is electronic. The second one is we are improving the ticketing experience, provide the time, location-based notifications to interact with users in real time. Thirdly, we are customizing the ticket detail page on Huawei Wallet, a gateway through which your app receives huge data and traffic. And to the users, it is really easy to access the travel data, allowing the users to store, track, and access all their information, all their important travel information in an easy and paperless form. The all-in-one wallet will allow users to save their tickets, boarding passes, and booking information on their mobile phones for convenient and anytime using. In the e-commerce domain, HUAWEI is an e-commerce app in Thailand, providing users with all kinds of goods for daily using. After integration with Wallet Kit, they enable users to save their loyalty cards, coupons, or gift cards to Huawei Wallet for immediate access to rewards and purchase history, as well as sending push notifications and reminders to maximize the engagement. In terms of e-wallet solution provider, PassCreator is a global wallet service provider providing its SaaS solution to customers in more than 40 countries. The goal of PassCreator is to make creation, management, and analysis of mobile wallet campaigns as easy as possible. To B2B customers, there are 3 benefits for them. The first one is simplified creation and management of the passes. The customer does not need to know how the solution works in the background. PassCreator will do this automatically and offer Huawei Wallet passes to Huawei phones. The second one is that we are optimizing the smart passes experience, providing time, location-based notifications to interact with users in real time. The third one is support all types of passes. And now I'd like to show you of these 3 classes one by one. The first one is about traveling. There are new business opportunities from China to the overseas market. We will help our partners to expand their business in China based on our 570 million users in China. For example, every year there are 3 million tourists from China to Indonesia, and more than half of them are using Huawei smartphones. We can promote the merchant application with Huawei Wallet installation, which means that it can bring other 1.5 million traffic for our partners. Huawei Wallet app is a new traffic entry of a wallet to boost the partner's O2O business in 2 parts. The first one is online. We have a special featured membership page to divert traffic to our partners and promote the sales of their coupons. And you can also customize the UI of the passes, our voucher detail page. With Wallet Kit, traffic can be directed to the pages on your app. Apart from the online, we are going to the offline scenarios. Based on the location-based push notification capability, after users adding the loyalty cards or coupons into the wallet on their smartphones, when they are near the mall, they will get the notification to remind them that you have different coupons and in different merchants. cooperate with the e-wallet solution providers, helping users shopping anytime, anywhere. I will demonstrate the scenario of electronic football tickets and relevant shopping with Wallet Kit. After a user buys a ticket to a football match through the developer's app, they can choose to add this ticket to Huawei Wallet. When the match is approaching, the user will receive a notification on their smartphone, reminding them to watch the football match. When they get there, they will swipe their phone to enter the venue without unlocking their smartphones. The ticket detail page on Huawei Wallet will become a gateway through which your app receives huge data traffic. With Wallet Kit, traffic can be directed to pages on your app, such as your loyalty card page, store page, or pages for related services. In the future, we will continue to develop a greater range of capabilities to assist our developers with product promotion. There are three main key focuses of Huawei Wallet Kit. The first one is we can share our rich ecosystem to our partners. And globally, there are 570 million wallet users. And our transit cards cover more than 300 cities in China. We are also cooperating in different industries with a couple of our partners, such as Walmart, AHG Hotel, and BYD, and Samsonite. And currently in China, there are more than 100,000 community access cards in Huawei Wallet. Second one is about our security capabilities. And Huawei is a full stack company. That means we provide our own software as well as our own hardware. And all this security is based on our chips. And in the meantime, we are compliant with GDPR, both in China and in Europe. And we can also provide the better experiences to our phone users through AI capabilities. And the black tech we are providing to our developers and our users is no need to open phone, open app, and you can swap the smartphone directly to open suitcases, to open the car, to start the car, to pass the community access. Welcome to join our ecosystem to build intelligent lives for our users together with Huawei Wallet Kit. Thank you.
Thank you, Qin Shudong, for that really insightful lecture. So in a moment, I'd like to open the floor up to everyone to ask some questions. But before, I have a question of my own. So this is for our lecturer, Qin Shudong. So what are the advantages of Huawei Wallet Kit when it's compared to other wallet services?
In terms of the differentiators of Huawei Wallet between Huawei and our competitors is, Huawei is not only a software company or a devices company. We call our company is a full stack company. We provide our software, and we also provide our devices, including the chips. And we can manage the data, the user's data in our chips for the highest security level. And we can also manage this data in our smart devices. And we can also manage this data in our cloud. So this is our full stack capabilities. And in the meantime, we can also provide the open APIs to our developers. So that's why our developers can easily integrate with our Huawei Wallet Kit and to issue their data like the ticket, like the cars, like the coupons, all these data in our smart devices. And the second one is we are always focusing on the user's experience. And that means no need to, just like the slides mentioned, no need to unlock the screen, no need to open the app. Just use our smartphone to swap the community access. It will be working like an access card. And when we swap the car, it will be working like a car key. No need to unlock the screen. I have to mention it again. So it is based on the AI technologies. It means we collect the user's data without the sensitive information in our cloud. And we trained this data in the cloud. And after we get this model, we will compress this model and issue this model to our smart devices. Then it will be working in the smart devices. So this is that. So one thing is in the part of for our developers, and it means we can provide the full stack capabilities. The second thing is to our consumers. It means we will provide the better experiences.
Okay, thank you. So full stack and a better experience is great. So I'd actually like to open up the floor to our guests now and see if anyone has anything they'd like to add or any questions for our lecture today.
I think the wallet proposition is very key in long run, especially now in Europe. We have open banking community ecosystem, and that is massive to create lots of use cases. For example, now when you use the digital wallet, no matter Google Pay, Huawei Pay, or Apple Pay, to make a transaction in coffee shop like Starbucks or Costa, and the transaction normally show you Starbucks plus an 8-digit number for that merchant. But in the future, we can transform using the open banking to create a name, say Starbucks Paddington, and you click that button, you can show you the review of that shop, the opening time, the menus, or even the detailed the activity, the queues of that shop. So through the wallet proposition. So these are the use cases for our e-commerce partners. And so if everyone can contribute to the open banking scenarios, and Huawei Wallet will be just an open platform to work with all the partners over the platform, not only just the banking and the fintech companies, but all the e-commerce partners. So this could be a very bright future. I personally put lots of attention to that area as well. So yeah.
Great, fascinating. How about our other guests? Do we have anything? What are your thoughts on these?
The most interesting thing that it's not about the credit cards, it's about the loyalty cards. I think that's an interesting way to pass the experience from an online one to a store one. So I can tell you in Farfetch we have the client tiers, so bronze, silver, gold, platinum, private client. And that's a way that we can offer some extra things to the client and show exclusive products to the client. And I really like the idea to have something that is exterior to the system, to the Farfetch system, that represents that tier that the client has, and in the future maybe to be used in other stores on our partners. So yeah, I like the evolution of that front.
Very good, thank you.
So in terms of the loyalty cards, I can show you some scenarios for more intelligence of Huawei Wallet Kit. Sometimes when we get some loyalty cards or coupons in our wallet, but normally sometimes we will forget to use it. And we can also provide some intelligent capabilities in our wallet kit. It means when we are approaching a mall or a business shop, and our smart devices will be noticing that where you are and your location, then we will remind the users to use your coupons, or you have these coupons for Starbucks, or you have coupons of Nike or some different shops. Then the user will be aware that, oh, I can use my coupons or loyalty cards to buy something. So we'll get some benefit.
Yeah, that's I really like that part of identifying where the user is, and to see if they are related to the store, if they have a loyalty card, and use the discounts, the sales that the store has for them. Yeah.
So maybe, Sudong, I wonder, because Farfetch has now the business in China, do you have the Huawei Wallet proposition in China?
Yes, sure.
You can do a trial with Jose and Sergio for the loyalty card for the China market.
Yeah, in China, we launched the AHG hotels loyalty cards and Walmart loyalty cards in our gift cards in our smartphone. And when you get this, you can apply in our application. It means in our wallet, you can apply the AHG loyalty cards, and you can get some bonus. Like upgrade your room free, and sometimes you get some notifications from the hotel, or you can get some discount from the supermarket, something like that.
Maybe it can be a takeaway from today's session is Jose and Sergio can share with us some use cases about your idea around the loyalty card, and we can how do we fit your requirements into our position. You can choose either London or China to trial.
It's actually fun that in Farfetch, the top technology we still use to buy is credit card, and even Google Pay or Apple Pay are not that effective for users. So I think the right way to tackle this problem and to navigate to a more efficient usage of wallet, of the Huawei wallet, could be, as Jose pointed, the loyalty feature. I think that's really the key. Even buying from outside the app, not for the user. It's not a requirement for the user to be at the Farfetch app to buy. Just with the Huawei loyalty card, you could buy from Farfetch products outside the app.
Yeah, so to that perspective, Huawei is also create a very open platforms. So the Huawei wallet is one of the access point, but we open to all the online payment partners. And one of the trend nowadays, I'm not sure if you heard of, I should not mention their name, but we are not partners. It's like a free advertisement for them. It's Afterpay. So you shop now and pay later. So these are, even Amazon, Apple, they also offer these services now. So we are really open to welcome all the partners. They have very innovative or creative business case or use business models. And this can be part of our wallet feature in the future, and then can be integrated with all the e-commerce partners. And this is also another way we can offer the capability through our partner, but to our e-commerce developers. Yeah,
I totally agree. Yeah.
Okay. Would anyone else like to share any of their thoughts or questions about Wallet?
No, I will champion the partnership with Farfetch for the trial if they're interested. So we will put a dedicated team to support you. If your founder is really keen to work with our wallet, then we can put lots of dedicated resources into this domain. It's a one differentiation area I think a Huawei HMS product can bring to our developers.
But before we wrap things up, is there anyone else who would like to add anything?
Maybe I just take the opportunity to really thank all our guests. UK and also China, they are very two unique markets. And in the last month or so, we have a very successful e-commerce festivals. In Europe only, we have 20 plus e-commerce partners now on board our app gallery. And we see the trend and the demands around the technologies. That's why we put some kits relevant to the e-commerce, and they are always mentioned very regularly by our partners. So it is actually our first Europe vertical coffee talk. So really sorry for the I don't know what's the word, but it's not very smooth. But it's also the lockdown as well played a role. But we believe we will also encourage our partner to join us more coffee talks around our technologies, and hopefully the takeaway from this meeting will elaborate more ideas. Of course, I will also follow up with Elena on more use cases around the AR. And for Farfetch, definitely we will treat you as a very strategic partner to develop further the use cases around the technologies. And we also welcome the Banggood to our Europe market. And I think our commercial and the technical team will support you definitely for the way forward.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Really appreciate your time and your contribution. Really, really appreciate. Thank you, Al. And thank our speaker as well, Sudong, William, and Mr. Zhou. Thank you all, and Sam definitely for all the coordination and the moderation. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So the Huawei Tech Talk features talks from events, educational series, and best practices, tips, and the latest updates across Huawei technologies and capabilities. We've invited Huawei experts and famous professors to share their experience in a more professional and practical way. See you next time.